Hello everybody and welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a little repot with me and chat sort of video. As you all know, if you watched my last few videos, I've just moved house and loads of propagations, and I had just avoided putting them up yet just because I knew I was going to be moving and didn't want to cause them any more stress. But I've been in here around a week now, a little bit over a week, so I thought it was about time to pot them up because some of them have been in water a long time. So yeah, I will bring you along and we're going to be chatting about loads of random stuff, because if you watch my videos you know I do like to ramble. Okay, so I've got all my plants together, all the ones that I'm wanting to pot up, or there's a couple that I do want to repot while I'm just got all my soil out and everything, thought I might as well. And got my tea, because if you watch my channel you know I can't do anything without tea. But yes, I'm just going to get straight into it. So the first ones I think I'm going to pot up are my angel wing begonia cuttings. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but they've got some nice big roots on, and this one's not doing as great, but I'm going to pot him up anyway, see how he does. And I also accidentally knocked these little guys off while I was moving him out from where he was. So I guess we'll pop these in water and they'll do their thing. So I've got one of these pots, I don't know how big it is. I don't know, but there's quite a lot of cuttings, so I think it'll be okay in here, and I've got quite a chunky mix, so I'm sure that will be fine. Hoping I've got enough soil because it doesn't look like I've got all that much left. Might have to order some supplies today. I'm going to make him a right mess and Lucas is going to freak out. He does not like mess at all. I don't think he's ever been around me when I'm repotting. He's upstairs working, he'll be down for his lunch soon, so I'm sure he's not going to be very impressed. So with these guys, I'm going to just fill the pot probably halfway, maybe a little bit less than halfway with soil. It's going to be really tricky to get out here without damaging the roots. I love this propagation vessel, but it's quite awkward, especially when you've got more than one lot of cuttings in here. Try and get it out all in one. There we are. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of roots on here. Got primary and secondary roots on all of these, so this one's not got as many, but I'm going to pop it in anyway just to see how it goes. So yeah, chat wise, I just thought I'd talk through moving and stuff just while I'm potting it up. It was, oh no, another one snapped off as well. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to propagate that one either. But yeah, so as you know, I've just moved. It was quite a task. I do think I really underestimated, I think I just really underestimated how much work it would be to move. I've moved quite a few times, but when I did move, I obviously didn't have as much stuff. Because I didn't have, it was either at uni or like with parents or whatever, so obviously it was only a room that I had for my stuff. But obviously now I was in my flat on my own, like you accumulate a lot of stuff. I never really like thought to myself like how much stuff I'm gonna end up having. It's not like stuff, it's because I'm quite a hobby kind of person. Like I've got all my plants, so obviously I've got all of my materials for my plants and things like that, and tools and all sorts of stuff. So that took up a lot of room. And also I'm a very arty person. If you follow me on Instagram, I've got two Instagrams. I've got like my planty Instagram and my arty Instagram. And then I've got just my personal, which is mostly just sort of like friends, family, and people I know and stuff like that follow me on there. It's just more personal life opposed to like arty and plant content. But yeah, on my other one, I make, you can all see on there if you have a look, I make lots of like little jewellery dishes and some vases out of like air dry clay and paint them all. Do a lot of painting as well. So like all of this stuff, it really does take up a lot of space. Like I did get rid of some stuff as well, just because I knew I wasn't really going to have the space for it, and it was just stuff that I just had and I haven't used in years. So like you are better off just getting rid of it. I sold a lot of it on like Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that. I didn't just get rid of it, or I took things to charity shops, because what you don't use anymore, somebody else is bound to use and want and need. So it's better to take it to charity shops and things. If you're just going to throw it away, just take it to a charity shop, because there'll be somebody out there who wants it. So yes, that's what I did. So I finished up potting up this begonia, which is looking quite cute. This one's quite long. Like this branch has been putting out leaves even when it's been in like propagating, but I use liquid gold leaf fertilizer, which you can also use a very diluted version. It is how you want the pot. You can use it in your propagation, so that helps them root and it gives them nutritional things. I do think that helps. I have noticed a difference. It's like, especially with this guy, he's been putting out so many leaves. Like look at this guy. This one's new and he is so cute, and they're actually getting bigger. Like the leaves are getting bigger and they were just in water. So yeah, I think this guy has got a good chance. If you've watched my videos before, you saw the mother plant of this. She was not happy, and yes, I gave her away to somebody just because I thought I've got all these cut-ins, I'd rather just keep it and make a whole new plant. It's just less hassle. The next one I'm putting up is this Burrow's Tail succulent. I had a mother plant for this, but last time I moved it just conked on me. Spoke about this one in my What's Propping video a couple of weeks back, so check that out. Hear all the deets about how I propagated this. I really don't think I'm going to have enough soil to do all of these, which is annoying. But it is what it is. I'll need to order some more. And I don't think I've got any like perlite or anything at the moment. This is my own soil mix, which I use for everything. I've spoken about my soil mix in my other videos, but I just use a mix of, I'll just buy normal like houseplant potting soil, which is quite airy anyway, but it's never as good as you want it to be. So I just buy a bag of that. I will also buy a bag of orchid bark, just plain orchid bark. You can get it anywhere really. And then I also use perlite and sometimes charcoal. I will put charcoal in there just because it's a bit of a fungicide and stuff like that, so it always helps. They've got quite good roots on this. I'm not gonna disturb them too much. I'm just gonna pop them apart and just pop them all in. They will find their way into that soil themselves. But yeah, so with the move as well, getting onto that, when we got here, we actually didn't view this property before we signed the lease on it and everything, because where we were moving, like for me, it was a 3-hour drive. It was quite far, and obviously viewing lots of properties, it would end up being quite expensive. I couldn't take time off work. So for this one, we just had a video viewing. They sent us a video, and we were actually really struggling to find places. Like they were going off the market so quickly, it was ridiculous. And it got to the point where we were like, right, well, we'll just go for this one. It looks nice in the videos. We'll just wait and see. We've only got like a 6-month lease on it, so if we don't like it, we can just like find somewhere else. We'll have more time and we'll be in Nottingham, so we will be able to, you know, go and view properties like after work on the weekends, which we weren't able to before. But yeah, we got here and we were so tired. Like, we were up really late the night before the day of moving. Just like, Lucas came to mine and he helped me finish off packing. I'd got so stressed with it all. I hadn't finished packing and there was just stuff everywhere and it was such a mess, and I hadn't eaten all day, and it was like 9 o'clock at night and it got to me and I was like so starving hungry and so stressed. I get quite hangry. But yeah, so he helped me finish packing and like calmed me down, and then we finished packing and then I started to get excited then. And then we got here as well. We were quite tired day of that because we got up super early. His stepdad was bringing a van down from his to help us move, which is really handy and made it so much easier. So we got up and sort of finished off the packing, got everything ready for the van to arrive, and we like drove the 3 hours here. We were so tired. It was raining in England, raining obviously the whole day, and it was miserable and it was cold, and we walked in and it wasn't like it wasn't the best, if I'm honest. Like, it was very like worn out. There's that embossed wallpaper everywhere, the ceilings on the walls, and it is obviously not been painted in a long time. The walls looked really dirty, and nobody had obviously lived here for a few weeks, so it was quite like that horrible musty smell, and it was a bit like, we were so tired, we were a bit disappointed. Like, neither of us said anything to each other. We just sort of looked at each other and we just knew we were both disappointed. But yeah, we moved in now and it's fine. Like, we sorted it all out. Once we put all our stuff in there, we were so much happier with it, I suppose. But yeah, it is nice now. Hello, I am back. I stopped and had a little bit of lunch with Lucas on his lunch break from work, but I am back. So with the burrow's tail, I didn't soak all of the soil just because obviously at the bottom, most of the soil in the bottom doesn't have any roots in it or anything, so I thought it's best to just wet the top because I don't want it to stay really wet for very long, and I'll keep doing that until the roots get more established in the soil, and then I might start soaking it through, but for now I'm not going to do that. But yeah, so next I'm going to be doing this cute little peperomia. He's really, really cute. He's in a really small pot and he definitely needs repotting. The roots are starting to come out the bottom. So yes, I'm going to put him into this pot. But yeah, back onto these roots. Do not look very healthy at all. Okay, some of these roots are fine. I'm going to take off most of the soil. I'm not going to repot him into a bigger pot. I am going to give him some fresh soil and just leave him in the pot he's in, because I think he's not looking too happy, I must say. Not giving him any fresh soil since I got him. And he's quite small, so I think the soil didn't look very good. So let's give him some nice airy soil and see how he does. I'm not too fussed about this plant, so to be honest, if it doesn't make it, I'm not that worried. Sounds really bad. Do you guys like have plants that you just don't really care about that much, and if they die you're like, yeah, okay. This guy just seems really annoying. I don't know what it is. Like, he'll start to get new growth and then it just goes for no reason. Don't know, it's probably because that soil didn't seem great, but we will see. So I put him back into the same pot he was in, and just changed out the soil, see if he does any better. I will water him through in a minute. Pop him back in here. This weird pot is way too big, but I need to find another one the right size for him. So, okay, the next one I'm going to put up is this. I don't know what it is. It's like a really cute little succulent I got given it as a gift. But he is growing and all of the roots are coming out the bottom. So we're going to pot him into something a bit bigger. Hopefully he does it better. Oh no, I pulled his leaf off by accident, but that is fine. I will just pot him into the same pot and hopefully we will get some roots off this guy and get another cute plant in here. So that's what I love about like cacti and succulents. Like, if bits fall off of them, it doesn't really matter because you just get another plant. Like, I'm never that fussed about it. And they're so like easy to look after. When I first got into plants, I was into like cacti and succulents more than I was into like jungly tropical plants. I had so many cacti and succulents. This is when I was still in school, I believe, so it's probably like almost 10 years ago now, maybe 8 years ago, that I first started getting into plants. And yeah, I had so many like massive cacti, which I've still got. I've still got 2 of them. The other 2 weren't actually cacti, they're euphorbia. I sold those. I've done a video of how I propagated them. I still got the propagations, just wanted to get rid of the large plants just because they were too big to transport and I moved. So yeah, I was so into cacti and succulents, like it was mad, and I kind of moved away from them and more on the like tropical plants now, but I found myself getting more and more into like cacti and succulents again. Like, I can like keep seeing cacti and I'm like, oh my god, just like, oh, just amazing. Like, I start to really appreciate them again. And there's some cacti that are on my wish list that I really want, so I'm going to keep an eye out for them. Cacti are just so cool, like they're all so unique and some of them are so weird. I love the weird looking ones sometimes. The next one I'm going to repot is this variegated string of hearts. I bought this off of, I believe it was House of Kojo. I've not actually, the soil looks good. I've not actually repotted it yet though. I've had this probably over a month now. I did want to just leave it until I had a peek at the roots and stuff, let it acclimatise to my home. So when it was in transport, I think a lot of the soil like came out, so it doesn't have much soil in the pot. I've not actually looked at the roots, so we're gonna have a look, see if it needs anything. Ooh, bit of resistance. Okay, the roots look really good. You probably can't see from the distance, but they're looking really good. I am gonna put this into a slightly larger pot, not much bigger, but what do I think? I think that's too big. The problem I have is when I moved, so I moved a week ago now, but yesterday I came back from my flat because I've not handed the keys over and stuff yet, but they're the same size. Yeah, I've not handed the keys over or anything yet. I needed to go back and sort of clean and all of that stuff before I handed the keys back over and get the last of my stuff that I'd left. And I rammed it all in my little Polo, and it was literally like, you couldn't see out the back, it was to the roof, it was packed. So I took as much as I can, and I had all of my nursery pots. I always keep, like if I repot, I'll keep the old pots because you're gonna end up using them. And I'd rather just keep them in a box in the shed or something, and then when you go to repot, you've got pots already and you don't have to buy new ones. I am going to try, and once I run out of sort of the nursery pots, I am thinking of trying out some sort of more environmentally friendly pots. I'm gonna look into it. I might do a YouTube video. I asked on my Instagram. I was looking into for peat's sake, and it's like a peat-free soil, and it's made out of coconut fibres and stuff like that, so it's a lot more environmentally friendly. I'd really recommend going over to the website. I will put the link down below in my bio thing, more information. They're really interesting. My next lot of soil I'm going to buy from them looks so good. I'm trying to be more environmentally friendly. I'm only just starting to research about it all at the moment, so I'm just getting into it. But for things like pots, I'm really trying to, and my soil as well, I think it's important when you go from that transition. I think people tend to throw things that aren't environmentally friendly away. But it's always best to use it until it's no longer usable, because otherwise you're throwing these things away when you don't need to and buying stuff that's more environmentally friendly. But it would make more sense to make the most out of the stuff that you have around you before you buy new things, because otherwise it kind of defeats the object. So I'm using all of my old soil and things like that before I buy new stuff. And I always reuse my nursery pots. If I have them, I'm going to keep them, reuse them until they're not reusable anymore, and then I will go out and buy some more that are environmentally friendly, or use other methods and other things to use. Stuff like that. Anyway, that little tangent went right off then. But anyway, I had loads of pots like these, and I didn't have enough room in the car for them. So I gave them all to my mum, because my mum's got a greenhouse. And she does everything from seed. So whenever she has pots, she keeps them as well in her greenhouse, and she just reuses them every year. So I gave them to her because she always needs them. But now I don't have it. Anyway, let's get back to potting up. I think this guy will be fine. Like, there's quite a lot of roots in here. I'm a bit worried this pot's too big. I think he'll be fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. When this guy gets a bit longer, I want to do some propagations from him and make this pot, just plant them up in the same pot, not to get another plant out of it, just to make the plant a lot fuller, because at the moment it's not. It's quite a small, it's actually grown quite a lot since I've got it, but like it's a small pot I bought, so I'm gonna just make it a bit bigger from taking propagations and stuff from it when I can. He was quite a cheap one. I was looking, and there can be some that are really expensive that are really, really variegated. But I really wanted them. Those are more expensive, and these were actually such a good price. It was like under £10. I think it was like £8 for this, which is like the same price as I bought like normal string parts for. So I was like, of course I'm gonna buy this. And you know, it'll get more variegated if you give it the right conditions. So I thought, why not just go for it? And they're so pretty. Like, I love string parts. I love them. I didn't have them for ages and I always wanted them. I just had never bought them. And And then I bought one and oh my god, I just fell in love. Like, it's so fast growing. So I just, like, everybody says it, but when you actually have them, you get that plant that's fast growing, you think, oh my god, like, I just did not expect it. Like, you just would 100% recommend. This is so tangled. This is one thing I don't like about string plants. They get so tangled every time you move them. There we go. That is all done. I need to now find cover pots for these. This is my problem. I never have cover pots for any of my plants. I repot and then I realise I don't have any cover pots. And then they're just chilling in their nursery pots. But yes, this is looking so cute. I'm hoping to get a lot more growth off of this now. It's potted up into a bit of a bigger pot. It's got more room to thrive. So I think that's everything for today. I was going to pot this guy up, but only one of the cuttings has got roots now. I'm just going to keep it in water for a little bit longer. It seems to really like it. So it's putting out so many new leaves as well. Like, this one's just sort of stuck in there. I'm not really sure what to do about him. But then I've got 2 more coming up here as well. Probably won't be able to see, but I'm just going to keep him in water for a little bit longer. He seems happy. So yes, that is all for now. I hope you've enjoyed this rambly weird video. It was a bit weird, I don't really know. It's just like a bit of a propagating chat. My problem is when I film these videos, like, usually I talk a lot to my friends and that, but like, about plants, but there's nobody to stop you when you're talking. Like, you're doing a YouTube video, there's nobody to stop you talking, so you just keep going and going. That's literally me, like. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this weird video, and I will see you in my next one next Friday. And yes, thank you all again, and like, subscribe, share, comment, all those things help me and my channel, and I love to hear from you guys, so put your comments down below.